The Trillians arrived on our planet just the other day. We welcomed them with open arms and warm beverages as they disembarked from their sleek ships. They were new members of our alliance, and much about them was still shrouded in mystery. What was well known, however, was their history of exploration, their grand architectural achievements, and their unmatched sense of adventure. No one, especially us in Defense Squad Delta 9, could predict what the galaxy was in for. Our planet was at war with the Dominion, a tyrannical regime that sought to dominate all intelligent life. The Dominion had long suppressed technological advancements, keeping many worlds in a state of stagnation and fear. But it was their brutal conquest and enslavement of countless species that made them truly despised. Our trench lines were part of an extensive network stretching across our main continent, a stalemate that had persisted for years. Neither side had the resources to launch a decisive attack, making our trenches more of a symbolic barrier than a strategic stronghold. When the Trillians joined us, they seemed disheartened, as if they were descending into a nightmare rather than one of the quieter fronts of the war. Their reaction was strange considering our trench was relatively calm compared to the ferocious battles raging elsewhere. All we were supposed to do was maintain a presence to prevent the Dominion from making an easy advance. The Trillians, however, started doing something unprecedented. They lined the trench walls with strange devices that emitted a soft hum and positioned their energy weapons meticulously. We had heard rumors of a slow but steady advance against the Dominion on other fronts, but our superiors provided no details. The Trillians, it seemed, had a plan. 2 days later, we understood what that plan was. The Trillian commander, a tall figure with an air of quiet determination, addressed their assembled troops. Just like our ancestors, we will charge. Just like them, we will face overwhelming odds, but unlike them, we are ready and our cause is just. Today, we will show the Dominion the true spirit of the Trillians and prove our worth in this alliance. A chorus of agreement echoed through the trench. The Trillians donned protective gear and readied themselves. We followed suit, slipping on our ear protection just as a massive barrage began. The ground shook as artillery fire, more intense than anything we had ever experienced, rained down on the Dominion lines. For an hour, the bombardment continued, a relentless assault that seemed to tear the very fabric of the battlefield. When the barrage finally ceased, a deathly silence fell. Then, with a piercing whistle, the Trillians surged over the top of the trench. Their energy shield shimmered, forming an almost impenetrable barrier as they advanced. We watched in awe as they moved with precision and determination, their weapons blazing. The Dominion forces, caught off guard, scrambled to respond. Laser fire streaked through the air, but the Trillian shields held strong. Even when a shield failed and a Trillian fell, the others pressed on, their resolve unbroken. They reached the Dominion trenches and threw energy grenades, which exploded with brilliant flashes, devastating the entrenched enemy. By the time we joined the Trillians in the captured trenches, the Dominion soldiers were in full retreat. The Trillians' charge had shattered their defenses, a feat we had thought impossible. As we regrouped, I approached the Trillian commander, curious about their extraordinary resolve. "How did you do it?" I asked. "How did you succeed where so many others have failed?" The commander smiled faintly. "It was the only way we could win. We promised to fight alongside you and end the Dominion's tyranny. To us Trillians, a promise is sacred. We would rather die than break it. Our courage and determination come from knowing that our sacrifice will bring freedom and justice to the galaxy." The Trillians' bravery became legendary, their charge a symbol of unwavering resolve. Their actions inspired fear in the Dominion and hope among the oppressed. As the war progressed, the Trillians' fierce commitment to their allies and their cause won them respect and admiration. They were soon granted a seat on the Galactic Council, an honor usually reserved for the most venerable species. In the heart of the Alliance capital, a monument was erected, a statue of Trillian soldiers charging forward, their faces set in defiance and determination. Some were depicted helping their allies to their feet, a testament to their unwavering commitment to unity and justice. The Trillian charge had changed the course of the war, and their legacy would inspire generations to come. As the Trillians' charge grew in legend, their influence within the Alliance expanded. Their unique blend of bravery and commitment to justice set a new standard for interstellar cooperation. The statue in the Alliance capital became a pilgrimage site, drawing beings from across the galaxy who sought inspiration from the Trillion Veiler. The war against the Dominion, now bolstered by the Trillion's fierce spirit, turned decisively in favor of the Alliance. Every victory achieved by the Trillions became a rallying cry for other species. Their tactics and unwavering resolve were studied and adopted by other military units. The galaxy began to unite in a way never seen before, driven by the shared goal of defeating the Dominion and bringing an end to its reign of terror. However, the Dominion was not easily subdued. They regrouped and launched a counter-offensive targeting planets known for their resistance. Our planet, fortified by the Trillion presence, became a prime target. The Dominion amassed a vast armada, their intent clear, to crush the spirit of the Alliance by eradicating the symbol of its newfound unity and strength. The sky darkened with the arrival of the Dominion fleet. Our trenches, once a symbol of stalemate, now teemed with activity as we prepared for the imminent assault. The Trillions, undeterred by the overwhelming odds, stood at the forefront. Their commander, whose speech had galvanized us days earlier, now prepared us for the most significant battle of our lives. We faced the full might of the Dominion, the commander began, their voice carrying a calm authority. They seek to break our spirit, to make us believe that resistance is futile. But they do not understand the strength of our resolve. They do not understand the power of unity. We listened, hearts pounding, as the commander continued. Today we fight not just for our survival, but for the freedom of all beings across the galaxy. We fight for those who cannot defend themselves. We fight for a future where the tyranny of the Dominion is nothing but a distant memory. Stand with me, as we stood in the trench. Stand with me and let us show them the true power of the Alliance. As the Dominion forces descended, their ships blotting out the stars, we braced for impact. The initial bombardment was fierce, shaking the ground and sending shockwaves through our defenses, but we held firm. Our trenches were reinforced and our spirits bolstered by the Trillion's unwavering courage. Then came the ground assault. Dominion soldiers poured into the battlefield, their dark armor glinting ominously. The Trillions led the charge, their energy shields forming a protective barrier. As they advanced, we followed, our weapons at the ready, fighting side by side with our newfound allies. The battle raged on, a cacophony of explosions, laser fire, and battle cries. The Dominion forces were relentless, but so were we. Every inch of ground was fiercely contested, every trench and fortification a battleground. The Trillions, with their advanced tactics and indomitable spirits, were at the heart of the defense, their presence a beacon of hope. Hours turned into days, and the battle showed no signs of abating. The Dominion's numbers seemed endless, but the Alliance's resolve never wavered. Reinforcements arrived from allied planets, their ships joining the fray, their soldiers bolstering our ranks. The tide of battle began to turn slowly but surely in our favor. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the Dominion forces began to falter. Their relentless assault gave way to confusion and disorder. The Alliance, unified and resolute, pressed the advantage. The Trillions, leading the charge, pushed the Dominion back, reclaiming ground and securing victory after hard-fought victory. When the last of the Dominion ships retreated, a collective cheer rose from the Alliance forces. The battle was won, the Dominion defeated. The Trillions, their faces marked with exhaustion but shining with triumph, stood at the forefront, their commander raising a hand in a gesture of victory. "We have done the impossible," the commander proclaimed. "We have stood against tyranny and emerged victorious. Today we have shown the galaxy that unity and justice will always triumph over oppression. Let this be the beginning of a new era, an era of peace and prosperity for all." The celebration that followed was one of unity and hope. Species from across the galaxy came together, their differences set aside in the wake of shared triumph. The Trillions, once strangers to us, were now brothers and sisters in arms. Their bravery and sacrifice were forever etched into the annals of history. Years passed, and the galaxy began to heal from the scars of war. The Dominion's influence waned, its once feared name reduced to a cautionary tale of what happens when tyranny is allowed to fester. The Alliance, stronger than ever, embarked on a new mission to rebuild and to ensure that such darkness would never rise again. The statue of the charging trillion stood as a reminder of what could be achieved through unity and courage. It became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of standing together against adversity. As new generations grew up in a galaxy free from the Dominion's shadow, they looked to the Trillions with admiration and gratitude, knowing that their bravery had paved the way for a brighter future. The legacy of the Trillion Charge endured, inspiring countless acts of heroism and unity across the stars. As the Alliance continued to flourish, it was clear that the spirit of the Trillions, of bravery, honor, and unyielding resolve, would forever be a guiding light for all who sought peace and justice in the galaxy.